Hello guys, welcome to this video, which by the way is my first ever video, so please be patient and don't be too judgmental. I do not pretend for this video to be any professional at all. I am doing this with my iPhone from the middle of my living room, so you may even see my cat walk around. This video is going to be a first review of the Fanatec Clubsport GT cockpit. As you can see, I still don't even have the wheelbase, the wheel, and the pedals. So this video is going to talk only about my experience with the building process of the rig. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about the look of it, the adjustability, the seats, and some issues I faced when building it. This is my first ever rig. I am completely inexperienced building rigs. I am very average in building any kind of things, meaning I'm not bad at it, but I'm also definitely not the best. I decided to go into sim racing a few months ago, and after doing some study, this is the rig that I decided to buy. I know that a lot of you hate tubular frames and believe that they are a waste of time and a waste of money because they may or they may not be as sturdy and adjustable as aluminum rigs. But I really fell in love with the design of this cockpit. I was between this one and the TRX Alpine, and really I leaned for the Fanatec one because of the shifter and handbrake mounts. They seem more adjustable and sturdy than the shifter and the handbrake mount on the TRX. And as I'm aiming to play a lot of rally, that was a bit of a deal breaker for me. Also, according to all the videos I've seen on YouTube, the reviews I have read on Reddit, on Facebook, or people I talk to that own the rig, this rig really is sturdy and somewhat adjustable. I'll talk about all of that later in the video. The first part I'm going to be talking about is pretty much what I already reviewed in the introduction, so I'm going to be fast, and that is the look of the rig. As I said before, the reason why I chose this rig is because I could not stop going back to my PC and Google this cockpit. I believe it is fascinating looking. I used to do some rallying myself back in the years, and I always liked rigs with more curves and emphasis on aerodynamics as opposed to the boxy looking aluminum rigs, which some of them look amazing. I was actually also considering at some point, before deciding that I was going to go for a tubular frame, I was considering the TR120 by Track Racer, which I believe looks absolutely amazing too. But I was willing to take the risk and go for the Fanatec one, even if at some point I have to update, which honestly I really don't believe I will have to do. The rig looks amazing. I chose black over white. That's only a matter of preference. I think both look amazing. I know some people even get the white seat with the black cockpit, or vice versa, to have kind of the nuance in between the two colors. So again, that is only a matter of preference and taste, but I believe this rig looks stunning. The next part I'm going to be talking about is the seat itself. As I said earlier, I used to race in rally cars when I was younger, and I never ever considered owning a sim rig without a bucket seat. The idea behind getting into sim racing is for me to try and have as realistic an experience as possible, and I can't really do that in a random street car seat. I respect 100% those that decide to go for that route because of commodity, because of comfort, because of price. For any reason, I respect this, but it's just not what I wanted. In all the reviews I watched on YouTube, there are a few by a few people that are very knowledgeable. Their reviews really helped me decide what I wanted. Everyone seems to agree on how comfortable the seat is. Same on Reddit or Facebook. I don't think I have seen any negative comment about the seat. So again, this is obviously something I will come back to after I get all the rest of the gear and actually start racing. But as of now, all I can tell you is that I've been sitting in this seat this morning watching Wimbledon, doing some work and preparing this video. And after roughly 2.5 hours in the seats, I never felt the need to even move in it or to move away from it. The seat is wide. I am 200 pounds, that's 90 kilograms, and 6 feet, or just above 6 feet, which is about 1.83 meters. I'm pretty athletic, quite muscular, I would say rather wide hips, definitely wide shoulders, and I sit in the seats very comfortably, well embraced by the seats, embraced but comfortable, with even still some space at the hips level, meaning that someone quite bigger than me would still fit comfortably. You can obviously move the seat back and forth with the rail sliders, and you can adjust the angle of the seat to your preference. I don't find the adjustment of the seats as easy as it is marketed in the promotional videos, but I'm sure that after some time I get better at it. Also, adjusting the seat is not something I'm planning on doing often, as I believe once I found my position, the seats will probably not move anymore. The next thing I'm going to briefly talk about is the sturdiness. There isn't much I can test because I don't have the wheelbase and the wheel and the pedals yet. But I'm telling you, this thing is heavy, it is well built. All of the reviews online praise the sturdiness of the rig. You can't see on the video, but I mean, there is very, very minimal flex. I know that this rig will take whatever you throw at it. The pedal plate is also very heavy. It is definitely a big piece of work. The L bolts that allowed to adjust it gave me some issue. I will get back to those a little bit later on. Now it's all fine. But I'm telling you that this thing is heavy, it is well built, it is sturdy. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the adjustability. This is obviously an area of disagreement. The main argument of aluminum rigs lovers against this kind of ring is adjustability. And I get it. Honestly, the Fanatec Clubsport GT cockpit obviously doesn't have as much adjustability as an aluminum rig, no doubt about that. Whoever says the contrary is lying. It's a fact. But not everyone is planning on adding a ton of equipment to their rigs. I am a minimalist and I'm very big on the rig being as clean as possible. For now, I will be playing on PlayStation 5 only, which very much limits how much I can add to the rig. I will eventually move to PC, but I still don't see myself adding a ton of monitors and button boxes and so on. And even if I did, this rig allows me to add the sidebars with a ton of space to add a small monitor, a button box, 2 button boxes if I wanted to, a cup holder, a camera, you name it. And even after all that, if I still need more space, which I really don't see how that would happen, well, then it's fine, I'll change to an aluminum rig, but I don't see this happening. The only thing that would make me change to an aluminum rig is if I wanted to put some motion on my rig. As of now, I don't think, or at least I don't know, of any motion platforms adaptable to this rig. If someone found something, I would love for them to tell. But I'm really confident that Fanatec or Corsair, which is the same thing, will eventually come up with one. They really should, as the non-existence of a motion platform for this rig could be a deal breaker for many. But from the very brief research I did on motion platforms, we're talking about 7 or 8K, and this will definitely not be happening anytime soon for me. You can use butt kickers on this rig, which is definitely something I'll consider after a few months. And finally, to finish talking about adjustability, all of the other videos already talk about it on YouTube. I'm not going to lose time on it, but basically you can add 2 shifter mounting kits, which allow to add the shifter and handbrake plate, the keyboard plate, or really anything you may think of. You can also add 2 accessory mount bars on both sides of the wheel, which will be useful for cameras, button boxes, monitors, again, you name it. The wheel can be easily adjusted back and forth on about 20 centimeters or about 8 inches and in angle. I'm trying to show you this on this video. And the pedal plate can also be moved front and back on about 3 feet, which is about 30 centimeters. I'm also showing this on the video, and in angle. Surely enough to easily find your ideal driving position. So a ton of adjustability for sure. Okay, and now comes the last part before a very brief conclusion of my video, which is the main reason why I did this video in the first place, or wanting to do this video in the first place, is to help out the community. Again, this is the building part I'm going to talk about very briefly. So the beginning is very straightforward, very self-intuitive. We just have to connect the rear end of the chassis with the front end, with this here and same here. And then you connect the left part and the right part with this tube right here and this tube right here. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in a minute. Then you connect this little bracket at the back with, I think it's 4 and 4 bolts. Some threads I had to not force in, but you know, were not so easy to work. Others were just fine, but overall it was just fine. But then once you've done all these few steps, which are very straightforward and pretty easy, you then get to fitting the pedal plate, which was hard for me. I hope you're not getting distracted with the Yannick Sinner game in the background. Okay, so steps, I believe is 3A and 3B. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm right. 3A and 3B, which is when you get to fix this little tube right here. The front panel is not in yet. You fix this little ball right here with these 2 bolts. One here and the same on the other side. The manual does say to not screw in those bolts completely, to not secure them completely, which is absolutely fine. Right, you have to, you do not have to, you don't want to, because you're gonna have to undo them eventually. A few steps later, you're gonna have to take those 2 bolts out, this one and that one, okay? So do not secure them tightly. But when comes steps, I believe 7A through 8 or something like this, you get to fitting the actual plate. Okay, so to fix the plate, these 2 sliding rods right here, this one and that one, the long one, they come in pre-built. You have to take them out. Okay, so first you have to undo those little bolts, this one right here and this one right here, and the rods will come out of the rig through the front. Okay, perfect. Until then, perfect. And then once you have those out, then you come here. Remember, this is not here yet, so you got plenty of space right here to work. And you got to put the pedal plate, this big boy right here, which is very heavy, and you got to put it in place and then slide those rods back in. Now in this direction. Well, this is the issue I had, and that made me lose maybe an hour and a half. I think I could have built this whole thing in probably 3 hours. We lost a good hour and a half with this. Well, because I was on my own until this point where my fiance had to come in and help me with this, and we, between the 2 of us, could not have it right. So this sliding rod right here was perfectly aligning with the holes. That was perfect. It went in straight away. But this one right here was not. So we had a big gap between, basically the sliding rod was sliding in here, but then when it got to here, it was a good half an inch off. So you could not go in there. So we did a ton of different adjustments. Again, we lose a good hour and a half trying everything we could. And we came to the conclusion that the pedal plate was too narrow, that there was just no way we could fit it. So I was about to wrap it up. I had already closed all the boxes back, and I had left the rig as it was, but I just took the pedal plate away, and I was gonna open a ticket with Fanatec, and nobody wants that, right? So, but before I did all this, or before I completely wrapped up and went to bed, I reached out to a guy with whom I've been talking on the Fanatec owners group on Facebook. He has a beautiful rig, this exact same rig with the triple monitor, and I mean everything is already complete, and it is absolutely beautiful if you want to go check it. And he told me that he had the exact same issue. As I told him, I'm having this issue, do you have any idea? And he said, yes, undo those two bolts. So those two bolts right here, this one, and that one, take them out, which is what I did. And the moment they came out, the pedal plate aligned perfectly. Okay, so that's all I did. The manual does not tell you to undo those two bolts right here again and right there until step 9, which is a bit further, which is the following step after fitting the plate, which is the step in which you fix this front inferior panel right here. You undo those bolts, put the panel, put the bolts back in. The problem is, me at least, and apparently that person too, could not fit their pedal plate without undoing those first. So we undid them, took them off, put the pedal plate, the sliding rods fit in perfectly, fixed everything back up, then put the inferior panel and those two bolts fit in perfectly. Okay, so I have no idea if this has happened to other people, if it's just me. I hope it doesn't happen to anybody. If it does, please comment below if it has happened in the past, if it happens in the future, if you don't have any idea how to do everything that I've just explained, if you want me to explain it again, please comment on the comments below, and I will be very happy to explain it again. Okay, so again, I hope this does not happen to anybody. If it does, the pedal plate is not faulty, it is just fine. You just need to undo those two bolts. By undoing them, this little ball right here will slide kind of a half an inch or so, and that will allow the pedal plate to fit in perfectly. The last video I'm going to be making before I actually do wrap this up is regarding these little L bolts right here. The L bolts that allow to adjust the pedal plate, the wheel back and forth, the angle, the seats. Okay, they love those apparently in Fanatec. I'm sure they could have used something else like the T ones instead of the L ones, but that works, that's fine. So a lot of people complain about these hitting the frame. For instance, when you undo this, he's gonna hit the frame, so you can't undo it completely. Well, all you need to do is pull it up. Okay, so this is gonna come up a little bit. So you pull it up, come back, and you keep untightening it. And this time it's completely untied. So this time, let's tighten it up. Okay, so I go this way to tighten it up, and I hit the frame. So I need to go back. So I pull it up, come back, and I keep tightening. And this time it's completely tight. Okay, this happened in a bunch of different ones. It happened in one of these two. Don't remember if it happens there. But it happens pretty much everywhere. Like on this one, for instance, right? This one is to adjust the angle of the wheel plate. If you want to adjust the angle, you need to unscrew this, but you don't have room. So what do you do? I pull it out, okay? Pull it out. I come back. And as I'm moving right now, it's not tightening, it's not doing anything. And here, I can keep untightening. Same thing the other way around. I need to tie it up. Okay, if that was not tight enough, all I need to do is pull, come back, and I keep tightening it. And this time it's completely tight. Okay, so right here, this is not happening here, but just so you know, I'm untightening. Imagine I did not have any space to keep tightening or untightening. I just need to lift this up and come back here, and then I can keep going. If I'm tightening, I lift it up, come back, and I can keep untightening. Okay, so yes, you will have the issue where the L bolt is going to hit the frame in some places, but all you need to do is pull, and come back in the direction that you want. Once you're pulling, it's not tightening or untightening, it's not doing anything. It just allows you to go back to the place that you wanted. All right, guys, well, this is the end of my video. Thank you so much for staying with me. This was my very first video overall, never done a video before, so I'm sorry if the quality is not great. I was just doing this with iPhone. I'm not intending to become a professional at this at all. I just wanted to give my impression and experience building this rig. There isn't that many videos out there about this particular rig, so I hope this will help somebody else make the decisions whether this is or not the rig for them. If you noticed, I did not install the integrated monitor mount because I will be playing on the PlayStation, and PlayStation does not support ultra-wide screens for now. So I think that TV mount only allows 16:9 TVs for up to 32 inches, something like this, and I did not want such a small screen, so I'm just going to be playing on my 55 inches, which by the way is perfectly aligned with my eyes, centered at the right height. So I can't wait to get the rest of the equipment, play for a few weeks, and upload the next video with first impressions actually using the rig. But again, this was just the first video just to give more videos, so more visual for people out there to be able to see other angles of the rig and other aspects of it. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. I would really appreciate comments, whether it's to say hi or to ask a question or to give me a positive or a negative feedback, whatever you got, I'll take it. Please comment below, please give me a thumbs up. And the very last message I want to send before I close this is to please respect each other. There is no need to disrespect somebody for going for a tubular frame or for an aluminum rig. Everybody does whatever they want. It's a matter of taste. And everybody appreciates everybody else's opinion based on their experiences. For somebody, for instance, that went for a tubular frame and then eventually changed to a aluminum rig or whatever. Everybody is very thankful for everybody's opinion, but please always be respectful when giving your opinions. There is no need to insult or disrespect anybody else because they may like or dislike something that you do like or don't like. So please keep that in mind. Again, who am I to ask you to do this? Nobody, but I think the community could be a better place if we all respected each other a little bit more. That being said, this is the end of my video. Thank you so much. Again, if you have any questions, want to comment, anything you got, please comment below and give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. See ya.